Hey guys, this is TheInterloper, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. In the last episode, a lot happened. We did the final battle of Chapter 1, which was against Argus. Found out that that Dysadarg and Zalbag, and especially Argath, did not care about Teatra's safety. So she ended up dying in the process of the knights taking out the rebels, the Corpse Brigade. That was really sad. So Delita seemingly died in the explosion, even though we know that he's alive and well in the current time. And from that point on, Ramza kind of left home, became a sellsword, denounced like his name and all that good stuff. So after Chapter 1 ends, we kind of jump back to where the prologue started, which is a couple years later. Now Ramza is part of a different mercenary group led by Gafgarian, and we just started right back off after Delita steals Princess Ovelia. Now we're in pursuit of her and Delita, wherever they're going. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of trouble once we got into Dorter, because there were some sellswords that someone who's apparently from the church or something, seemed like a holy knight, but he wasn't acting too holy because he ended up paying off those rogues and to try to stall us. Fortunately, we completely wiped the floor with them, so that was nice. It was a nice change of pace, nice little lull in difficulty from the last battle of Chapter 1, because all things considered, it is a very tough battle, but, you know, a little bit of grinding fixed that. So now we're back, and I made several changes to the party again. So, as you'll notice, Ramza, 162 HP. Well, let me go ahead and explain the changes. You can see I took some of the equipment from our guest characters, particularly like Gafgarian, but also some from Agrias. I gave him the best armor, accessory, the Power Gauntlet, which gives you a +1 to attack, like physical attack, and it's very good this early in the game. This is the only way to get it right now. But we have that. We also bought a headgear from the shop for both Ramza and our archer, Tefina, just because headgears also give +1 attack. Usually you want to prioritize stat increases over straight up HP, unless you're making that person like a tank or something. Just because there's not too many ways to increase like your offensive stats directly. But luckily we have access to the headgear now. We should be hitting quite a bit harder now. Also took the Mithril Sword and Golden Shield from either Agrias or Gafgarian. So our evasion will be very high, we have a good amount of HP. Ramza should really never have any problem for a while. I did give Gafgarian and Agrias like the next best stuff that I have though, so they are still very powerful in their own right. So that's exciting. That's pretty much it for Ramza, other than the fact that I made his secondary ability White Magic. He has a decent amount of White Mage spells available to him, Cure and Raise, and that's good enough for his secondaries. He has a good amount of MP, so he'll be acting as our secondary healer, and he can revive our White Mage if he ever goes down. Though, speaking of White Mage, take a look at Allaire now. He is a mystic, no longer part of the clergy anymore. But yeah, mystic is a very interesting class. It's all about inflicting status effects on enemies, or stealing their HP and MP, raising or lowering Brave and Faith. And if you remember what I said last time, Brave and Faith manipulation is very advantageous, because not only is it a big boost in battle, or detriment depending on what you're affecting, it also carries a fourth of, or a fifth, I can't remember, It was a fourth or a fifth of whatever the temporary boost or detriment was is permanently changed on the character. So I'm planning on getting our Mystic a few of the abilities, particularly the bravery raising ones and the faith raising ones, so that he can help our Ramza increase our character's bravery and faith if need be. It's not as reliable because it also costs MP, and it costs MP, and it has a chance of failing. But we'll see how that goes. Oh wait, I might be misthinking it actually. Yeah. I'm thinking of a different class now that I think about it. I'm thinking of the Orator. The Orator does that. The Mystic does that to an extent, but it doesn't actually affect our bravery and faith directly. There's a status called Atheist, and I guess it's called Faith, but like our belief and disbelief here. There's status effects that basically make a character's faith like the maximum it can be or the minimum it could be for the battle, but it doesn't actually affect the points. So, you know, I was misremembering there a little bit. It's not the Mystic that does that, but we will be getting to Orator at some point. It's not a huge deal that we get there anytime soon. Like Ramza will be able to we'll be able to do our bravery boost just fine. But, you know, these abilities can be useful, particularly against our enemies. Or for our warriors if we want to throw a disbelief on them. If they're an atheist, they take hardly any magic damage, which can be very useful. But all in all, very useful abilities here. We're going to be wanting to pick up a few of these, I think, before moving to a different class. Mana Front's also great. Get MP every time you move. It's fantastic. Alright, anyways, that's enough of me rambling. And that's pretty much all we did for Alaire. He didn't learn anything new. Tafina, like I said, we gave her a headgear to increase her attack a little bit. 5 isn't bad, considering she's a bow user. So other than that, I think that's it for her. But Amphilis, we changed her from a black mage to a time mage, and there's a very good reason for that. If you know time mages from other Final Fantasy games, you know that haste is incredibly important for our party, especially early on. It's our only way to have haste on anybody right now. But it's great because it's also an AoE ability like our Protect and Shell are. We can buff our whole party at the beginning of the match. We have a huge advantage because we get our turns like almost twice as fast. They'll particularly be helpful later on if we want to keep up with some of the enemy parties because they'll start using haste as well. Probably also grab slow just to give ourselves even more time, like even more turns compared to them. Might grab a few more of these just because they're useful. Quick is nice if we need somebody to go immediately. Gravity and Graviga are great because they can... If you've heard of the abilities Demi, like from the early Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, so on and so forth, they reduce an enemy's HP by 1/4 or 1/2 respectively. And against bosses or enemies with high HP, that's pretty insane. We'll definitely be grabbing one of these two, probably both. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. Also, Meteor. Special shout out to this skill. Slow as hell. Look at that 5 speed. The speed modifier on all these spells, you can compare it to a character speed. The higher the speed, the more times you can go. And that's because the speed modifier here is tells you how many ticks forward to 100 the spell gets for every tick of the clock. So Meteor only gets 5 ticks per, quote, tick of the clock. So as it go through like 20 different ticks before it can go off. That means that a lot of the times, enemies, and even your time mage herself, will have a turn before her spell even goes off. So the fact that that's so slow makes this almost unusable unless we have quickness. And even then, even with the quickness support ability, which halves our CT time for spells, even with that, a lot of the times it's a little too slow. Sometimes we'll have to overlap a turn, like on our time mage, which kind of sucks. But if you can get it to hit, it's glorious. If I ever have the chance to grab this, like if it seems even remotely feasible later on, I'll grab it and show you. It looks fantastic. But I'll stop gushing about that. I've kind of been going on about that. Also gave her poison from Black Mage just because we had the JP for it. Poison can be useful sometimes. Does exactly what it sounds like. DOT over time if you can get it to work. So yeah. Good stuff. I think there's one other thing. Oh yeah. I did say that Ramza got raised as well. Okay. We're good. So, now we're going to be going to Aragay Woods, where we're going to have another random battle. Some more monster fights here. Let's go ahead and deploy. Actually, I want to move you here. Alright. Yeah, this battle isn't too hard either. It's a little tricky, because there's a small caveat to it. But considering our party and who's with us, our two special characters, we're probably not in any danger anyways. Ooh, a chocobo. Hobgob. Gob. Work. And it looks like those goblins are picking on this chocobo. Gob. That's right. I've not seen a chocobo so deep in the woods. An addle-pated bird to wander in this goblin-ridden place. Alright, so we definitely want to do option number 2, especially if you want to have the chocobo on your team. Because if he survives and we chose to help him, the chocobo will actually join our team. Not that he's particularly useful, but I like getting every character that we can. And it's not like he's not totally useless. I don't know. There's some nice quirks to him. He might be useful in a few cases here and there. Because, for one thing, not only can you heal him, or not only can he heal your party, but he also lets you mount his... he lets a character mount him, and you can use... They become one character, basically, but your character has the chocobo's movement, which is incredibly good. I think it's at least like 1.5 times better than normal. So in those cases, it's useful. Very useful. Delita once mentioned that wild chocobos were hardier than domesticated breeds. Perhaps we could use him. You intend to save the creature? I'd rather line my purse with gil than feathers. Still, it may help us save the princess. You never know. Now, hopefully the chocobo isn't dumb and get itself killed. But I don't think I've ever had that problem. We'll see. There's a Shadow Blade. He is using an Iron Sword now instead of the Mythical Sword, so his sword skills aren't quite as strong. But, I don't want him to win in the fight too quickly. We could very easily get some JP and XP out this fight. They're just goblins after all. They don't do anything too threatening. Alright, let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and Tailwind. Who needs the bonus most? Alright, you're almost level 8. You are level 8. 92, 80, okay. We'll give it to our Mystic. just move Ramza up. If we need him to, we can cure the chocobo. Though the chocobo, in this case, since he can heal himself, I'm not too worried. Hmm. 2 and 2. Alright. I think I'll move you up here. I've got a cunning plan. We'll get everyone lined up here, and we'll get 3 people hasted. 20 damage, not bad. It is ranged. It is a ranged character after all. We have to kind of withhold our expectations a bit. Alright, so it's looking like the enemies are all going to get a turn first. But we'll go ahead and protect everybody. You can see the haste has a pretty good speed on the timer too, even compared to protect. Though it might be because our mystic is also quite a bit slower than our time mage. Oh, 15 HP. That's cute. Do a little bit of damage, not bad. Yeah, even against our time mage, they're not doing very much damage. And that's pretty much all they're gonna do. They're just gonna tackle us to death. Oh no. Awesome. Now there's no way we can really get hurt by these guys. And we get another turn. Surprise. Actually, can we move up to the chocobo? Nah, he's not even hurt, actually. It might just be better to cast Shell on everybody, just to get XP. Actually, Does everyone else get a turn first? Only one of them. Okay. So let's... These guys are, again, they're weak to Blizzard. So we want to try to get in a good hit on these guys. Fortunately, they're pretty spaced out. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Oh, we can't hit him. What about this guy? Yeah, he's doable. We're just gonna wait. No reason to move. Chocobo's just staying in the corner. He's only getting picked on by one goblin, so he should be fine. Oh, and he didn't even hit. How amusing. And there's your Judgment Blade. Oh, and the stop went off again. It's crazy how often that goes off. I don't think it really happens that often. I don't know if I've shown you the shell yet, but there it is. Not particularly useful in this battle. Everyone's using physical on the enemy team, but it's there. 137. It's a good feeling. You should be able to take this guy out. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out. 56 damage. See how that power, those power gloves and that headband make a difference? Now again, we don't really have anything to do, so I'm just going to cure everybody, I think. Which goblin is this? Milos. Alright. We can get off of here just fine. Oh no, 8 damage. The tragedy. Yeah. Not too bad. Haha, 8 damage. Let me show you what a real ability can do. Yeah. It'll definitely kill you. You are out of your league, sir. Let's go ahead and hit this guy, since he has a 100% chance to be hit. Yeah, when you're disabled, you can't evade, which is pretty nice. Should cure off on everybody, top everyone off. Choco beak. Oh man, that's just like the corner of fail up there. You didn't hear anything, Chocobo. I didn't say it. You should join our party. And he goes down. So yeah, not a very difficult battle at all. We're just kind of taking our time. Not too concerned. We'll go ahead and have this guy come up. We'll smack him with our flame rod. We ended up having to swap our mystics and our time mages weapons, because time mages use staves. Mystics actually use the rods. So it kind of worked out in that sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and smack him with this too. Oh wow, hey, she actually got the kill. Must have good compatibility. Alright, you should be able to hit him from here. No, not quite. So we'll go ahead and move up a little bit. Ooh. Oops. My mistake. I'm sorry, Ramza. What do I have to? Yep. Sorry, Ramza. Hopefully this hits. Nope. That was my bad. Probably should have just moved forward. Let's move in. Dead. And all of our statuses are wearing off, but not too big of a deal. Oh, Choco did some damage, or Boko did some damage there. Not bad. Have at thee, goblin! Ow, that's not very nice. Ouchie! You hurt. Kind of. Smack him. Doing very good damage with that staff, that's for sure. Now we can hit this guy. Finished. So yeah, not a hard battle. Even though we were kind of messing around. Walk. He seems well enough. Yeah, he didn't really take that much damage. He's fine. A lucky one, this. Let's hope he's got a sense of gratitude, eh? And that's how you domesticate animals, folks. You rescue wild ones in the middle of the forest, and then they'll be grateful to you for the rest of their lives, and continuously make babies for you. Well, that's how it works in this game anyways. Yeah, let's let him join our party. We have plenty of slots open. Might show him off in a random battle sometime, just to make them a little more interesting. So yeah, I think that's good enough for this video. I did spend some time in the beginning explaining like how I changed up the party, so this probably went on a little longer than normal for a single battle episode. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next episode. This is TheInterloper. Bye!